funny guy.
Okay, let's hear from our winning team of tonight's seventh running of the Hyundai Construction Equipment 200 NASCAR Camping World Truck Series race here at Atlanta Motor Speedway. And our race winners, Matt Crafton, our defending series champion. He drives the number 88 Fisher Nuts Menards Toyota for Thor Sports. And he's joined up here by team general manager.
It has no S.
What's that? Thor Sport. Thank you.
I'm just giving you a bad time.
I know you are, Matt. David Pepper is with us, and crew chief, championship crew chief, Junior Joyner. So congratulations to you guys. Great win for the organization, a dominant win. I believe you led the last 72 laps out there in that number 88 Toyota. I'm told, I believe Toyota's now won 25 of the last 31 NASCAR Camping World Truck Series races. So just talk about the win here tonight, Matt. Your first win at Atlanta, but certainly you made it a memorable one.
Absolutely. I said had such a fast truck yesterday in practice. We weren't really excited about it. Didn't have speed that we wanted for the first 3 laps, but after we'd get going, it would not fall off like we saw some of the other trucks. And that just says everything for these guys that build these trucks back at the shop at Sandusky, Ohio. And like I said, can't thank Duke and Rhonda and Menards and every one of these people that's stuck behind me throughout so many years I've been here in this sport and never gave up. Atlanta's always been my favorite racetrack to come to. It's just because tires fall off so much. Some of these mile and a half that we run at, you just run pretty wide open in the trucks for quite a while, and you cannot run that wide open, and it feels like it puts the driver way back more in the seat, and we can actually move around and change our lines and do different things to compensate for the truck that's not handling. But it's all about this guy that made the perfect setup in this thing tonight. It was a blast to drive.
It certainly looked like it was on rails out there tonight for sure. And David, just talk about Matt. You know, he's a champion. He's coming out of the blocks here early on this season. Certainly hungry, I'm sure, for another championship. And as you know, from the top of the organization, that's got to feel pretty good.
Oh, it's fantastic. I mean, you know, you can't say enough about these two together. I mean, we got them together a couple years ago, and they're just on a roll. I mean, they're building fast race trucks, Junior and his guys, and Matt's driving the wheels off of them and kind of making us all look good. So we're just going to enjoy every minute of it.
Good deal. And Junior, just talk about, you know, when you guys got here and practice yesterday, had 3-hour practice yesterday. Did you know your truck was going to be this good?
I felt pretty good about it. We made some very good adjustments. We had a couple different packages we brought, and he seemed to cater to the second one, which is always good when you make it better throughout the course of practice. You know, I'm with Matt. I was a little disappointed at qualifying 15th today, but gosh, just the way he drives this place and the hunger I seen in his eyes when we showed up, it was a blessing, and I'm just proud of all those guys back on our Scandinavian island up there in Ohio. They're building trucks that, I mean, our fleet of trucks is way better than we've ever had right now, and I feel so good about everything going on up there. Duke and Rhonda, they give us everything we need. Man, it's just it's a good feeling. I think I talked to my dad over here, you know, and I remember watching the Atlanta Journal 500 when I was a kid coming here, and at all the races that you want to win, you know, probably Martinsville here, and I mean Daytona's great, but this is it right here. This is where you got to showcase all your talents. You know, there's really no luck involved. I mean, it's just straight raw skill, determination, and just will. So I'm proud of all my guys, and Matt, I mean, he's the real deal for sure.
What it says is really cool about, like I said, probably 3/4, if not more, of our team left us at the end of the last year, and to be able to bring all those new guys that we had that built these trucks, and we had a lot of trucks that were completely disassembled when a lot of our guys left, and we did it with a whole new group of guys, and it's so sweet to bring them into victory lane, the second race of the year.
That's great. Questions now? We'll start here with Stan. We'll go to Mike, and we'll go to Rick.
Yeah, Matt, what did you say to your crew chief after qualifying to calm him down so that you know he wouldn't be too, you know?
I'm always calm. I had to calm him down.
Oh, yeah?
No, that's just what we thrive off each other. I mean, we've known each other, and we both can yell at each other and be angry at. I knew he was mad. I looked around for him. I was really mad just because we missed the cut right there, and I look around. I wanted to just rant and rave a little bit, and I looked and he was gone. I went to change, and he's up in the lounge rewinding it and watching what happened during qualifying. But it just makes that much more hungry. He was actually joking with me as I was almost late getting to the truck qualifying, and he texted me when I was walking over to the trailer, and he says, "Are you going to come qualify today?" I said, "No, I'm going to start in the back and put on a show." and that was not honestly being that cocky. I was just joking with him, and what he came back and bit us. We qualified 15th mid-pack.
Let's go to Mike and then to Rick.
Mike Neff from FrontStretch.com. Matt, it took you a couple hundred races before you got your first win ever in a truck.
You like to bring that up, don't you?
Now, I like to bring up the fact that now in four of the last 5 years.
Every time I talk to you, every time you talk, that's all I ever hear from you.
4 of the last 5 years now, you've got a win.
Yep.
What is it that went on in your head that you're finally able to put this
I just
thing
learned how
into
to
your
drive. I just learned how to drive in those last few years. It's about this. I mean, these guys that are sitting next to me. I mean, Junior building these trucks. But I said I can't thank Duke and Rhonda and Menard to keep, plugging away. And I said, me learning how to drive each and every year, getting, I guess, a little bit better, as you say.
Let's go over here to Rick.
Just woke up one day.
Yeah, I just woke up and learned how.
Rick Menor with RacingToday.com. Junior, being a hometown guy here, I'm kind of curious for more details about your days back watching the Journal 500.
It was just a big deal for my father and them I'm from the West Coast, proud Pacific Northwesterner. And, my father and them came out a couple times and made a cup race. Not my dad driving, but, he drove prior to that, but crew chiefing. And, he'd always bring me T-shirts. And, I think my mom sent me one probably 4 or 5 months ago. And I think I was probably 6 years old, And it's just such a prestigious racetrack and just so much character. And this is the kind of racing that I love, that I grew up, watching when everybody can fan out, run 3 wide, the tire falls off, he puts the driver back in the seat, and you got to sit up on the box and stay ahead of the game all night, And I felt like that's what we did better than anyone. We had a great truck. Matt just knows his place. He saved his stuff, and I kept having to slow him down. I don't know how to tell him that yet. I'm still working on it. But what's that? A guy named Mark Walbridge back in the day, my dad crew chief for. It was just a low buck team from Portland, Oregon. So, and my grandfather and my father, they both drove, and they spent all the money. So now I'm just a crew chief.
Other questions? Anything upstairs? Are we good upstairs? I think we are. Nothing. Anybody else downstairs? One more time. Well, listen, guys, congratulations on this win, and continued best of luck the rest of the season.